This video is going to be a little bit different because coming down the hill today, I injured my left knee a little bit. So this is going to take a few days to get better, and I'll just show you what happens when you have to stay put in the same place instead of go and rest, which is really hard when you're used to getting up in the morning, hiking for 10 or 12 miles, stopping, eating, going to bed, getting up and repeat and doing it. When you have to stop and just do absolutely the bare minimum during the day, or the things that you would normally do, you know, when you get into a hostel, shower, resupply, pack your pack, go to bed, get up, leave. I'm not doing that this week, so hopefully you can see, you know, some changes day by day and some of the frustrations that go on because you're stuck and you think that it should be going on, but then you get reminded somehow that it's all part of the journey, and whether it takes a week or 2 weeks to get better, you know, it's all part of the same journey. And you just got to allow yourself the time to heal and allow to, you know, grow as a person too. And go out and explore different things and get to know the people you're with. Anyway, thanks for coming, and I'll show you what's been going on. Well, good morning. We're just leaving camp here on day 54, I think. We'll check that. Heading down to get water. First of all, into a parking lot, and then to the shelter we were aiming at last night, and then off to find Log Cabin Road and where we're heading tonight. So be hopefully not as bad a day uphill wise. So thanks for coming. Another nice day. It rained a little bit last night. I'm glad I didn't cowboy camp. I put my tent up at the last minute. When you hear thunder, you kind of have to do that. And there was some lightning and a little bit of rain, not much. Everything was pretty dry this morning, but anyway, we'll get going. Got to eat something up here. Another 4/10 of a mile. We'll get water and have a snack. So we'll see you down the trail. Made it to the bottom of the hill at least. Let's see a place to camp here. Maybe we're ready to walk to the shelter. A little ways up this hill. Hopefully not as steep as the coming down part was. We'll see. Well, it's still a hard walk, but we've got a few down spots too, so that's helpful. And it's breezy because it's really humid out today. So we're getting there. All right, we were at the top of the hill, the first hill today anyway. Now we're going to go down to the shelter, find Quack, get a drink, and gotta go over that little mountain area and then go down Mornings Hill, straight up there, down a little bit. Top of the hill's getting there though. Large millipede down there, just doing his thing along with the ants. Shelter here looks a bit torn up, and inside doesn't look real good. Not real flat. Diggings, better places to camp. Lunchtime, we got peanut butter and tortilla, some goldfish, some Ritz crackers, little piece of salami, a small Twix, and plenty of water. So the next couple of miles are going to be interesting. I kind of jammed my knee coming down that hill, and my left knee is not good for going downhill today. So let's see how much Tylenol we can handle. We got to go up and then up a mile and then down a mile to a gap, and then about another mile plus to get to the cookie lady, and then over to the hostel. We'll figure that out, but yeah, we're just gonna have to take it easy going downhill today. Going up is no big deal, but it's green here, and I'm gonna hurry and eat and not get too far behind Quack, so it's all good. Looks like the weather's trying to change a little bit. But at least it's cooling down. We can get up and over this next hill. We'll have it pretty well knocked today. Anyway, not too far to the top. Well, I called the Hemlock Hostel at Addis Gap, and they came and got us and set us up here in the bunkhouse next to a stream. Nice little place for the stream outside our door. People in their dressing, so I'll show you inside later. But yeah, knee is sore. I'm just wondering if the fall the other day kind of overstretched something, and then coming down the hill just kind of over-exacerbated everything. But I'll go check out the shower here and go into the main room and get something to drink. Maybe Coke might be good. But yeah, it's okay. Nice little spot. We're about 7/10 of a mile from the Slowpoke just arrived. Just met her yesterday. That's the shower room. And over here is the main office building. Go in there and get something to drink. All these are little cabins with beds. We got a cheap place. We're paying like $22 a night, which is not bad. I still need to go into town and do stuff that I need to do first. Alright, main office, creek, place to dance, I guess. And these are the various cabins with either one bed or bunks in them. And we'll go find the one with the shower in it. Cleaned out. Good morning, day 55 here at the Hemlock Hostel. Okay, the game plan is to stay here another day, get in the creek, reduce swelling as much as possible, order another knee brace, something a little more supportive from Amazon, which should be here tomorrow, and probably take tomorrow off too. And then slack pack the next day, and then the day after that hopefully leave. So, you know, we'll see. It's probably too much too soon, but, you know, talk to Quack about it, and we can meet up in Irwin or at Sam's Gap. We'll do that, but I gotta get this fixed first. Got a lot of downhill to go still, so don't really want to miss any trail, but we gotta do what we gotta do to get where we're going. So people seem to recommend staying put, so that's okay. A lot of people here are more dinged up than I am. Some guy's got trench foot really bad, and he's probably going to need to get into urgent care because he could lose body parts. You know, he's got boots that probably need to be thrown out, and a little too early in the trail to be getting trench foot, I think. But get up to Vermont and New Hampshire and places that are a lot of water, that's a possibility, but not so much here. But anyway, about ready to say goodbye to Quack for a while, but I'll meet up with him later on. Pretty sure we both have similar goals. So, as I mentioned earlier on, however long it takes, we'll get better. Not going home because of this, but we got to get enough duct tape and braces and whatever not, KT tape, to support the problem. I don't know if it's going to get fixed or not, but at least support it so we can walk downhill at a reasonable pace and be able to go to that bridge way over there, which is Log Cabin Road, and I may walk up that today just to see how things are doing later on. This is place at the morning view. Nice little river. Probably won't go into town today, but we'll just stay put and rest things. I'll show you the main office. So we've got all the amenities here. We have coffee, we have some snacks, and we have the dog crying for its master. We have drinks, we got a cooler full of ice cream and a freezer full of pizzas. Videos, a friendly vibe here, and a lady that's overworked, Jill, who rents those. But it's a nice place. Well, good morning from Hemlock Hollow. It's been a lazy morning, but I have kind of figured out a plan of attack here to get moving along. I'm going to just kind of stay put today, go for a short walk, make sure the knee's good. Tomorrow I'm going to go slack pack from where I got picked up to Jones Meadow. So I think it's about 8 miles. Come back here. And the next day, take a little drive and go up to Devil's Fork Gap and walk from there into Irwin, to Uncle Johnny's, and hopefully meet Quack there and continue on up to Round Mountain and then to Hamilton, and eventually, probably in about 12 days, get off trail at Hamilton. We'll head to Damascus for trail days. After trail days, head home for a little bit, and then come back and get back on trail about the 27th of May. Should put us in Damascus pretty close to June 1st, and then we'll figure it out from there. But that's contingent on everything working, so we'll see how it goes. Beautiful day today. I think we just got our water back here. We had to press a reset button or something. But we'll take a dip in the creek and go take a hot shower after that and see how things work. So, not too bad. Boy, I'm sure sleeping well here. I will give it that. I don't know. Something about the peacefulness of is helpful. Or Tennessee or whatever state we're in. You never quite know here, so. Anyway, I'll let you know what else happens today. Well, we're on somewhere on the back roads of Tennessee. Just going for a little walk, making sure the legs still work. And they do. Go up here and see where the cookie lady lives. We've made it back to trail. We'll come back and go that way tomorrow. And while we're here, we'll go visit the southern cookie lady. There's a northern cookie lady too, but I didn't really know about the southern cookie lady. Get free homemade cookie, filtered water, and a trash can to get rid of your trash. So I'll be slacking. I won't have any trash, but we can make it to here with no pain. We can go back with no pain. We're good to go. I'm walking a mile and a half. Coming downhill definitely still hurts, but not as bad as it did. Walking uphill is fine, so we may go out tomorrow for 6 miles uphill and see how that goes. It's about lunchtime. It's about lunchtime, and I'm leaving Hemlock Hollow to go down to the trailhead by the southern cookie lady, see what she's got, and then continue north. So on we go. Get picked up at about 6.7 miles. Come back here for the night, wait for my braces tomorrow, and then take off to go to Uncle Johnny's on Tuesday and keep going from there. Heading to the cookie lady's house. Just past where the trail intersects this log cabin road. Haven't seen any log cabins on log cabin road though. Just dogs. Hungry dogs. But sure it's pretty. Not sure if it's gonna rain this afternoon, but I brought my raincoat and a few of her warm clothes for when I get done in a plastic bag right now, just in case. So we have rain clothes and communication gear and some liquids and a few snacks. That ought to get us through. We got a little ways to get to the cookie lady's house, about a half a mile. Alright, this is where we were yesterday. Looks like this. Alright, we have made it back to trail. We'll come back and some hikers up here. We'll go up and see who's here. Most of today's hike is uphill, but it's not supposed to be steep uphill, so we'll get up these steps up to the top of the hill and it should kind of level out and then gradually go up. Anytime you get on the trail off a road, you usually see this sign. This trail's not made for pack stock, it's made for humans. That's why it's so steep. Well, just like normal, this trail got up and out in a hurry. About 50 steps to get up to here where it's not quite as deep. Wow, how pretty. It really is this pretty. Just do a 360 here. Got a little storm damage down the way, but wow, so green. Not so many flowers in here, just green. Alright, it's getting a little darker up that way. We're on some ridge here. Gonna go flat for a while now. Pretty uphill terrain, but we're doing alright. People behind me, but they haven't passed me yet, so. Up here with the maples today. Yay. These twin lady slippers are pretty cool. I've seen a couple pair of them now. But that's about the only flowers out here today. But that's okay, they're pretty. Pretty amazing amongst all this green, all of a sudden we come into these apricot azaleas. It's just really perk up the forest a little bit. Quite pretty. First of these we've seen today. We've seen them before. Coming out of Standing Bear. Well, it's just a typical Tennessee afternoon. It's gonna rain for half an hour or so and come down. Not that hard, but just enough to get everything wet. I'm just going to keep going in this beautiful green forest here and wind up getting wet, but that's okay. We planned for that. But just a beautiful day. Everything's growing, and the wind's barely blowing, and it's about 60 degrees, and it's perfect hiking weather. Although I'm getting wet. Alright, we're about halfway up the hill and coming to the one shelter along the way, which means we got 2.5 miles to go. From here, just talked to a volunteer who maintains the trail. And he says that out of here is the steepest part, but so far it hasn't been too bad. This looks like a nice shelter. We'll go around here and get our snack from the cookie lady and get some liquid and head up this hill and get done with this hike today. Nice if all shelters were that simple. Water nicely labeled. Campsite there. And a nice roof. Check out this sign here. Top of the hill here, I think I'll eat my peanut butter cookie from the cookie lady. Got about a mile to go, a mile and a half. Okay. Well, we spent today getting ready to leave tomorrow. I finally got my knee braces delivered today and they feel pretty good. And the knees are still 67 years old, but they feel better than they have in the last couple of days. So we'll give it a go tomorrow and see how things go. I can't say enough for the people here who have helped and given me food and support. Kindness and Hemlock Hostel is a place to go. Even though we're going to go from here to famous hostel along the way, this place has only been in operation not that long, but they're worth your stay. Plus they're very close to the Southern Cookie Lady and she's worth getting to know and visiting too. So while I'm sitting here, salmon is being prepared. Free salmon dinner tonight. So I just can't complain. I've had a couple of free meals here and I've been here I think probably 6 days and I'll probably get out of here for under $170 and can't beat it with a stick. So I'll pay a little extra to get up to where I'm going tomorrow, but that's okay. Been looking ahead and getting into the part of the trail that has been closed by the Pisgah National Forest because of storm damage, and there's about 7 miles that have been rerouted that people don't really like because it's steep and it's not a very good trail, but it is what it is, and so we got to get past that, get up to Hamilton after we get past Irwin, and then start looking north a little bit and figure out some other things today I'll let you in on later. But for right now, it's been a long couple of days, but there's probably some other body parts that needed to rest too, so they're all rested now. I feel pretty good from yesterday's hike, not sore at all, and a nice hike, very pretty. So, but I'm hoping for a good hike tomorrow. I talked to Quack today. He's at Uncle Johnny's right now and he's going to take a 0 tomorrow and probably another one after that because I got to get up there before 4 and go gather up more food. I'm not taking a full pack up there. I'm only taking about 5 pounds or less in my food bag and taking about a 25-pound pack. Got a 20-pound base weight I measured today, so that's not bad. And between food and water, I'll get up there and that'll be a little less wear and tear on the system. So it's all good. I listen to couple of pass-through hikers and remind me that it's okay to take time off, even if it's a week or 2 weeks. You know, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So, you know, if you got to take time off, take time off. I know people are going, well, you got to go, you got to go, you got to go. You're getting behind. I'm not behind. I'm the leader of my pack. And so when I get there, I'll get there. And if I don't make it from south to north directly, I'll find another way. And we're coming up with plans to do that. So it's okay. You know, I've got nothing better to do in October and November than to hike anyway. So, you know, it'll be good. And it'll be good to get up to someplace famous, up to Uncle Johnny's, and see what Irwin's like. Hopefully it's a little more repaired than Hot Springs was. And then get up the road a little bit further. So eventually get up to Trail Days and see some people I haven't seen in a while maybe. So that'll be fun too. But get ready for dinner tonight. Might show you that. Might just pass on that and get ready to go out tomorrow and show you a nice hike tomorrow. But thanks for your support and words of encouragement. And thanks for coming along. Appreciate it.